Okay, so let's get started with another Life in the UK test. As ever, you have 24 questions, multiple choice, of which you must get 18 out of 24 questions correct to pass the Life in the UK test. And everything we cover in the test is also in the Life in the UK handbook, which is an Amazon bestseller, and the link is in the description. So, question 1. If your car is more than 3 years old, how often will it need a Ministry of Transport MOT test? Is it every 3 years, every 6 months, every 10 years, or every year? And the answer for that one is D, every year. So every year you must take your car to a mechanic and they will do an MOT test, and if you pass you can stay driving on the road. If there are issues to fix, then usually whichever garage you've gone to will be able to fix them for you and then do another MOT and you can drive away. Question 2. Who were the suffragettes? Were they women who left the UK to live in India? Women who campaigned for women's votes? Women who chose to be single? Or women who stayed at home to raise a family? And the answer is B, women who campaigned for women's votes. The famous leader of the suffragettes was Emmeline Pankhurst from Manchester, and she successfully campaigned to get women the vote in the UK. Question 3. Which of the following statements is correct? A. Andy Murray is the first British man to sail around the world. Or B. Andy Murray is the first British man to win a singles tennis title in a Grand Slam tournament since 1936. And I think everyone knows the answer to that one. It's answer B. So Andy Murray is the first British man to win a singles tennis title in a Grand Slam tournament since 1936. Which of the following is a British overseas territory? Is it A, Northern Ireland, B, the Falkland Islands, C, France, or D, the USA? And the answer is B, the Falkland Islands. Famously, there was the Falklands War under Margaret Thatcher, where there was a war between Argentina and the UK over the sovereignty of the Falklands Islands, and the UK won. Question 5. Which of the following statements is correct? A. Members of the House of Lords are not elected by the people. Or B. Members of the House of Lords are voted in by members of the House of Commons. So the answer is A. Members of the House of Lords aren't elected by the people. They are actually appointed by the Prime Minister for a term of their whole life. And then once they die, a seat becomes available, and the Prime Minister of the time usually appoints someone in their seat. Question 6. Which 2 things can you do to look after the environment? A. Drive your car as much as possible. B. Recycle your waste. C. Never turn the lights off in your house. Or D. Walk and use public transport to get around. Of course, the answer here is walk and use public transport to get around, as well as B. So it's B and D, sorry. So recycle your waste and walk and use public transport to get around. Question 7. Which of the following statements is correct? A. National parks are areas of protected countryside that anyone can visit. Or B. National parks are national sports grounds for people to hold sporting events. So the answer is A. National parks are areas of protected countryside that everyone can visit. Question 8. What is the capital city of Wales? Is it Swansea, Cardiff, Edinburgh, or Belfast? It is Cardiff. And that's incidentally where the Welsh Parliament is situated as well. So questions come up like this, like what's the capital city of Wales, or where is the Welsh Parliament situated? Both are in Cardiff, so the answer is B. Question 9. What is a jury made up of? A. People working in high-powered jobs. B. People randomly chosen from the electoral register. C. People who are members of political parties. or D, people who have submitted an application form and have been accepted. So jury members are just randomly chosen from the electoral register. If you are called up for jury service, you must do it, unless you have a medical reason or a very good reason not to. And anyone over the age of 18, incidentally, can be called up to do jury service. Okay, question 10. Which two of the following would you contact for legal advice? A solicitor, B, a local councillor, C, the Citizens Advice Bureau, or D, your local Member of Parliament, your MP. So the answer to this one is A and C. A solicitor is a lawyer, and they will of course be able to give you legal advice. And C is the Citizens Advice Bureau, which is a not-for-profit organisation that can give you lots of great advice around benefits, and also if you have any issues with your local council, your local authority, and they can just give you general advice about what you're entitled to from the government. So question 11. Which of the following statements is correct? A, the official home of the Prime Minister is 10 Downing Street, or B, the official home of the Prime Minister is Buckingham Palace, and I think we all know the answer to that one. It is of course 10 Downing Street. Question 12. At which festival are mince pies traditionally eaten? Is it Christmas, Easter, New Year, or Halloween? And the answer is Christmas. Mince pies are traditionally eaten around Christmas time. Question 13. What task is associated with the National Trust? Is it A, conserving native bird species, B, preserving old aircraft, C, preserving important buildings and places, or D, conserving deep water fish? And the answer is C, preserving important buildings and spaces. Question 14. Who appoints life peers in the House of Lords? Is it A, the monarch, B, the Prime Minister, C, the Speaker of the House of Commons, or D, the Chief Whip? And the answer is B, the Prime Minister. Question 15. Which of the following statements is correct? A, the swinging 60s was a period of religious change, or B, the swinging 60s was a period of social change? And the answer to that one is B, it was a period of social change in the UK. Question 16. What is the highest value note issued as British currency? Is it £20, £70, £50, or £100? The correct answer is C, £50. Yes, the highest British pound note is £50 on that one. Question 17. Which of the following statements is correct? A, the Queen is the ceremonial head of the Commonwealth, or B, the Queen is the ceremonial head of the North Atlantic Treaty Organisation, or NATO? The answer is A. She is the ceremonial head of the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth is made up of countries which used to belong to the United Kingdom, but have since either broken away and have had their own governments, become republics, but are still part of the Commonwealth, and recognise the Queen as their head of state. Question 18. Why is Henry VIII an important English monarch? A, he broke from the Church of Rome. B, he established the RAF. C, he invaded Sweden. Or D, he re-established the Catholic Church in England. And the answer to that one is A, he broke from the Church of Rome in order to get divorced. Question 19. Which two were introduced before the First World War in 1914? Was it the National Health Service, child benefit payments, state retirement pension, or free school meals? So you need two there, and the answers are C and D. So state retirement pension and free school meals were both introduced before the First World War, whereas the National Health Service and child benefit payments were introduced after the First World War. Question 20. Which two are associated with Sir Francis Drake? A, the Spanish Armada, B, early flight, C, the Titanic, or D, sailing around the world? And the answer is A and D. So he was associated with the Spanish Armada, as well as sailing around the world and importing lots of foreign and exotic goods into the UK for Queen Elizabeth I. Question 21. Which jubilee did Queen Elizabeth II celebrate in 2012? Was it the Platinum Jubilee, the Diamond Jubilee, the Silver Jubilee, or the Golden Jubilee? It was her Diamond Jubilee, so the answer is B. Question 22. Which area of government policy is the responsibility of the Chancellor of the Exchequer? Is it education, health, economy, or legal affairs? And the answer to that one is the economy. So the Chancellor of the Exchequer is in charge of the Treasury, and the Treasury deals with all of the public spending in the UK and the public spending of the government. So it's C, the economy. Question 23. What are the titles of two novels by Charles Dickens? Harry Potter, Pride and Prejudice, Great Expectations, or Oliver Twist? So the two answers on that one are C and D. He famously wrote Great Expectations as well as Oliver Twist. Question 24. Which of the following statements is correct? A. The Battle of Britain in 1940 was fought at sea, or B. The Battle of Britain in 1940 was fought in the skies? And the answer is B. It was fought in the skies using a British design of aircraft called the Spitfire. Now, don't worry if you are confused by any of those questions. The Life in the UK test is notoriously hard to pass, but luckily we do have lots of great free resources over at liveintheuk.co.uk, lots of free tests to brush up your knowledge, and you'll be applying for British citizenship in no time at all. And if you did find this video helpful, please click the subscribe button and ring the bell. It means we can keep making these videos and make it easier for people to pass the Life in the UK test.